Hi friends, here on planet Earth, it's Thursday, January 8th, 2015. Glenn, the commander, and Asha and Luce in this energy body, Pan and Sula in that energy body. We are here as always. The overarching intention is to offer ourselves in service to the greater good, to do what is ours to do, to trigger the awakening right now. And in our discussions during this past hour, Glenn, the commander, has pointed out that there's a conversation that he now believes he was supposed to have had with Charlie some time ago, and it's never too late to correct an error. All time is accessible, and so our intention is to have that conversation, for Glenn to have that conversation with Charlie and to let it unfold. And with that, it begins. They're showing us a springboard, and they're saying basically, let's jump up into the time tunnel. So holding hands is the best way to be sure that we arrive together and not scattered.
That's true.
So here we go. On the count of 3, we'll jump up into the time tunnels, and I see the right tunnel, and that's where we're headed.
That's true.
1, 2, 3. Oh, and now we're walking backward in time. Just holding hands is the best until we arrive there. During this travel, it's just easier, so much easier if we can just travel together. Everybody okay?
Yeah, everybody here.
Yes, so walking back, I see the sign. It's back there, the right time. It's farther back than I thought it was.
Much farther back.
Much farther back. The right time. It could be 15, 20 years ago.
That's true.
It's a long time ago. So Glenn, while we're walking back, to just be channels up, getting your frame of reference back 20 years ago. Just consider, what did you know about Charlie back then?
I see him, it's like he's flipping through photo albums.
Yeah. He's saying, look, he's a kid. From his perspective.
Right.
From his perspective. He's saying he's a kid. There, how to speak to that person, right?
Yes, true.
Okay, so we're right here to the time tunnel, and we're going to drop it down now into that place. And I feel like we're in the commander's office.
That's
Could be
true.
wrong. Like I feel like
it looks like the commander's office.
we're in the commander's office, and he's sitting behind his desk, and it's like he's asked for Charlie to come meet him here.
That's true.
And I hear footsteps coming down the hall, and I hear a little like tap tap at the door, and the door opens. It's Charlie.
It's Charlie. He looks nervous.
He does look nervous. He looks nervous. Glenn is putting some papers to the side.
He's saying, motioning, have a seat.
Have a seat.
Charlie's really nervous.
Yeah, Charlie's nervous. Commander is saying something to him about how he's heard some things and he wants to hear it from Charlie himself. And he's pushing a photo across the table, and it's of a student, and he's saying, it's about your interactions with this student.
And Charlie, swallows hard, takes a gulp.
Commander is encouraging him, come on, tell me. Charlie's saying, well, maybe I haven't handled that right. It's possible I have mishandled it. I could have been messing up.
The commander's nodding.
I'm saying, go on. Charlie's saying, he's just squirming in his chair, and he doesn't want to say.
That's true. The commander's looking at him with like an understanding face.
Charlie doesn't want to say. He doesn't want to say.
That's true.
He's saying, I think I've been handling the situation poorly. I think I need to evaluate. I need to reevaluate.
And the commander is saying something like, yes, I think you do. And he's referencing that there are other pictures in the folder he took that first picture out of.
There are other pictures in the folder.
And he's saying something like, we could look through these other pictures if you want to see how you've been mishandling it.
Charlie doesn't want to open the folder.
No.
He doesn't want to open the folder.
No.
He says, I don't want to do that.
The commander's nodding and saying something like, I didn't think you would. You should evaluate that. Oh.
Right.
Yeah, Charlie's nodding. The commander is saying, if someone told you a story about someone doing what you've been doing, how would you respond?
He never thought of it that way.
That's true.
He looks like he's been punched in the stomach, and that he's trying not to cry.
That's true.
He's not answering.
No. The commander's continuing on about how when the commander was first hearing these stories, he said, well, they couldn't be true. Like, it couldn't be true because it just didn't seem like something Charlie would do. It didn't seem like something Charlie would do. And he's saying, it still doesn't seem like something you would do, son.
Charlie's nodding.
He's saying something like, you're better than that. You're better than that.
Charlie's nodding. I can see his wheels turning, like thought is changing. His thoughts are changing.
Commander's saying something like, how would Charlie handle this situation? The Charlie we know.
What would Charlie do?
What would Charlie do? When that's something is shifting. Something big is shifting.
Charlie would start taking action to stop the wrongs that are being carried out. Charlie would do something to take action. He would shut down that industry, that entire industry. It's wrong.
Commander's nodding.
That's not how we're supposed to be spending our time up here. That's a misuse of the power vested in us. By the power vested in us by Spirit, we're supposed to be supporting incarnates.
And it's like something is clicking into place. And the commander's nodding. And he says something like, so what are you going to do about it? That does stump him. And he's thinking. He's not saying out loud, but Charlie's... It's like he's seeing the image of him trying to stop a moving train.
Right, it looks impossible.
It looks impossible, and he's thinking, it looks impossible. And the commander says again, what are you going to do about it?
Commander, I don't think I can change this. This is too big for me, but I can at least not play the game.
The commander says, then who else do I speak to about righting the wrongs you made? Who else do I speak to?
No, it's me. You talk to me.
He's nodding.
Talk to me. I can't make it. I don't know what to do. I have no idea how to make it right. How do you undo something like that? I can't undo something like that. How do I make it right?
He says, first, you can publicly admit what you did was wrong. I've seen you do it before. You can publicly say, this is wrong. This is wrong.
this on my reputation.
It's on your reputation, Charlie. It's on your reputation. Making it right is something you want on your reputation. What you've done is there. Now how you choose to move forward with it, that has the opportunity to solve the problem. The best time to correct an error is right after it happens, and the second best time is right now. Charlie feels freaked out.
Yeah, he's freaked. He's looking for a way out of this box.
Yeah, I see him.
He's looking for a way out of this box. He doesn't like any of the options in front of him.
No.
He doesn't want to go public. He has considered and rejected several times, even just talking to the courageous one, who is the one who brought him into this mess.
That's true.
And he's said he doesn't even want to go have that conversation, much less stand in front of a microphone and have the conversation.
No.
He
doesn't want to admit
do
that
it.
he was wrong.
He doesn't want to admit he was wrong. It's actually a common error. People
That's
don't
true.
want to admit that they're wrong, and he definitely doesn't want to admit that he is wrong. He wants to stop doing it. He wants to take a different path, but he wants to just sweep his mistake under the rug and pretend it didn't happen. He's not doing what the student did in Tiananmen Square. He's not going to stand up to the tanks.
That's true. The commander looks disappointed.
Disappointed.
Looks disappointed.
He had hoped for better. And he's picking up his papers again, his file, and kind of stacking it,
Yeah.
you know. And he's thinking too. He's breathing. Channels up. Attempting to discern. What now? What now? How may I be of service right now to trigger the awakening right now? This is the benefit of time travel.
That's true.
That he's back 20 years ago with what he knows right now. Putting his channels up and saying, how may I be of service right now? My perception is he's standing up and he's holding the file and he's saying, you know, it's a shame that this is how you're reacting, because I have a big assignment that I want to give to the right person. And I was hoping that you would be that person, but looks like you're not going to choose to be that person. And that's a disappointment to me, a really big disappointment to me.
Oh, now Charlie feels panicked. He's thinking, oh, I want to do that, I want to do that.
Well, you know, now is the time to make this right. We're out of time. I need to find my person for this assignment right now. And this is the time for you to choose something. To qualify for this big assignment or not. And it's okay, either way is fine. But I need to move on with my day. If you aren't going to do this, then thank you for coming, and you're dismissed if you aren't going to do it.
Charlie says, I can do it.
Well, now would be a good time.
He's nodding. And now it's like there's a press room.
Mm-hmm.
And Charlie's at the podium. It's like we've jumped
In time.
in time.
He looks so scared.
He does. He's holding the sides of the podium. But he's talking. He's talking about right and wrong, and about how some things are clearly wrong. You don't see it in the moment. And he's apologizing to, I mean, it sounds like he's apologizing to everyone.
To the community,
right.
Yes.
He's saying, I'm sorry. This has been bad for
All of us.
all of us. I'm sorry. And the courageous one, I see him in the audience, he's furious.
He's furious. He feels betrayed.
He's so angry.
He's furious. He feels like Charlie's betraying him.
That's true.
And he intends to strike back hard and fast. Hard and fast.
True.
Like he's texting
Right.
his little communications device, like jump him when he leaves the building kind of thing. Jump him when he leaves the building.
That's true.
I see people moving down the street toward the building.
That's true.
They intend to jump Charlie and beat him up.
Beat him up. Charlie is still talking, and his voice is gaining more confidence. He's kind of shaking a little.
Yeah.
But, and he's saying that he takes responsibility for what he's done. He's taking responsibility for what he's done. And he knows that actions speak louder than words. And so he says, after this press conference, I'm going to start shutting it down. Whatever I have the power to shut down. And now a lot of people in the audience are angry. Everybody's angry.
Their faces are getting dark.
They were fine when he was apologizing, but now he's saying, here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to shut it down.
And they're thinking, oh, you're not. Oh, no, you're
no,
not.
You're not.
Oh, no, you're not. You have to go.
Yeah, it's like the whole room is turning on him.
There it is, and now outside, instead of 10 mobsters, it looks like an angry mob of 100,000.
Yeah.
Like they intend to rip him limb from limb.
And it's all like upper middle class to very, very wealthy men. It's like all the high class businessmen and politicians.
The power structure.
They're all
enraged.
Standing outside with like chains and pipes.
Yeah. They're saying nope.
All the CEOs.
Right.
With chains and pipes.
And their henchmen.
Yeah.
It looks like a henchman.
That's true.
Yeah, it's everybody who's the ruling class. And those who are hired by the ruling class. And not willing to stand up when a wrong is being done.
That's true.